Hello chaps, and welcome to my build update number 3 for the Academy 1/48 scale Mirage IIIC. This is my first entry into Mr. Steve Mottram's IDF, Israeli Defense Forces group build. And in this update we're going to look at building the base. The base is going to hold two models, this one with the bare metal finish and a second one with the desert camo, 3-colour camo scheme. So first off, I took a piece of high density foam board, 16 inches wide, 12 inches deep. I then took some Stynylres black primer and brush painted that over the top and around the four sides. I let that dry for half an hour. Then I took some AK Trains dry ground and I brushed that all over the top surface to give it a texture. I let that dry. I then got some Schwarzgrau and some dark gold grey, 2 shades of grey, and airbrushed those shades over that texture. After that was done, I masked for the 2 white stripes. That's the locations for the 2 aircraft. I then taped for the yellow stripes that will represent the edges of the runway, and either side of those yellow stripes will be some raised muddied areas. So then I took some 1/4 inch extrusion and then I marked out the edge of the runway, recessed that area, slotted in a piece of the angled extrusion. I then marked out sections to cut out to represent curbstones, and there they are, all cut, ready to go in there. I did the same on the opposite corner, slotted in a piece of extrusion, marked it out, and then it was on to applying glue to those corners. And on top of the glue I applied some Moldacine plaster, mixed that, put it in place, then moved on and did the opposite corner. That's just a view of the first corner from the inside. That's the opposite corner with the glue in place now. And there's the Moldacine plaster applied on top. So I let that set overnight. That's what it looks like with the curbstones in place. And then I marked out the slab areas using a fine black Sharpie pen. When everything had dried, I then painted over the muddied areas with black Stynylres primer, then used some dark earth, dark tan and Gulf Farmer sand to airbrush those muddied areas, then used camouflage grey mixed with sable to paint the curbstones. There you go, you see them painted now. That's the 2 corners all painted up, and this is what it looks like overall. So next I wanted to stick some grass tufts on, so I took some Scenescapes 10mm tufts, glued them in with some Scenic glue, PVA glue. There you go, some tufts in place on one corner and tufts in place on the opposite corner. And that's what it looks like overall now with the tufts in place. After that, using some Scenic cement, Scenic glue, I wanted to stick some static grass flock, dry grass, over that groundwork and in the gaps on the curbs and along the edge of the runway there. I also put some of that dry grass in between the gaps of the runway. Then moved on to using some light sienna and light slate grey pigments to add some dirt tones over the runway and over the curbstones. Then sealed everything in with a matte varnish. I used the Galeria. Airbrush there, you can see it's still wet there at the top. You can see it shining where it's still wet. And after that I moved on to acrylic washes. So I took a oak detail wash, brown oak and black, and then went over the white lines to tone them down, and then did some oil stains and fuel stains. Those fuel stains fall under where the drop tanks will go on the model. So that's it. And here's a sneak preview of the model sitting in place, and we'll do the final reveal next. So that's it, guys. That's it for build update number 3. I hope you've enjoyed it. And thank you for following along so far and for all the comments you make. So next I'm going to be doing the final reveal of this plane on the base, and then I'll be moving on to the second model that's going to join it on the base. So until then, guys, thanks for watching. Happy modelling. Tally-o. Chocks away.